Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be sharing a deeply personal story about how people reacted to my son's autism diagnosis. It's a topic that many parents can relate to. How family, friends, and even strangers respond when you share such life changing news. For us, the reaction were varied. Some people were supportive and understanding, while others didn't quite know how to respond or didn't believe the diagnosis at all. It was a challenging time navigating both the emotional weight of the diagnosis and the reaction of those around us. In this video, I'll talk about the different ways people reacted, both positively and negatively, and how those responses impacted me as a mother. After Zayn diagnosis, I found myself ready to move forward, eager to learn new how I could support him. But not everyone was as willing to accept this new reality. My husband, who wasn't with us during that time due to his work, struggled deeply with the news. From the distance, he couldn't see what I saw. He was convinced I was jumping to conclusion that it was too soon to put a label on something so significant. I understood his needs for time, but it was still difficult. The emotional distance lay over the physical separation was painful. We were walking parallel paths, trying to find common ground in a landscape that felt unfamiliar to both of us. My parents' reaction was more typical of what I had come to expect. They told me not to worry, assuring me that Zion would eventually outgrow the autism diagnosis. Give it time, they said. He catch up. It was comforting in their own ways, but it was hard not to feel dismissed. I hear comment like, he doesn't look autistic. Or he's so smart, he know all the numbers and spells so well. Even his babysitter would chime in with, he's such a bright boy. He outgrew this. But autism isn't something you outgrow. These well-meaning words, though meant to offer hope, sometimes felt like they deny the challenges Zion and I face every day. Some family members prefer to avoid the topic altogether. When conversation about Zion's diagnosis came up, they would change the subject quickly, leaving an awkward silence hanging in the air. It was as if they didn't know how to respond, so it was easier to not respond at all. What I longed for in those moments was understanding and support. Someone who would reach out and ask how I was coping, how I was managing Zion at home. But in truth, I rarely asked for help. I always been independent and maybe people assume I didn't need it. My family is dismissive in nature. We've always handled things on our own, focused on our own family, managing without much extended help. I guess in some ways, that's how we were taught to cope, alone. But looking back at the day of Zain's diagnosis, it didn't feel like a tragedy people expected it to be. It was instead the beginning of a new chapter. That day marked the moment I began to truly see Zion for who he is, a boy with unique needs, a different way of experiencing the world, and a remarkable spirit that I knew would flourish with the right support. The diagnosis didn't weigh me down, it set me free. It freed me from the burden of uncertainty, from questioning my instinct, and from waiting for something that wasn't going to happen. I began to accept Zion as he is, with all his strengths and challenges, lowering my expectation and meeting him with more compassion than I ever thought possible. I realized that this was our journey. One feel would be filled with love, patience, and growth. And every step forward is once filled with hope. If you've gone through something similar or are just curious about this journey, I hope my story can offer some insight and maybe even help you feel less alone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos on parenting, autism, and everything in between. Thank you, and see you in the next video.